How y'all doing? I got on here for one thing, but as I'm setting this up, I was led to go here real quick. But keep this in mind. Keep this as the foundation of being a Christian. This fight is not against flesh and blood, but of dark powers and high principalities. That's the key. That's like a motivational tool to not be mad at your brother and sister, to not be holding grudges. So when you hear somebody speaking, because I know there'll be a lot of people looking at a lot of prophetic words on YouTube lately, but if you're hearing them speaking and it sounds like they're talking about your neighbor or your hater or your enemy, like it's if it was a friend, keep this in mind. This fight is not against flesh and blood. So I'm not taking away from what the person is saying because they are true. They saying what they're saying is the truth. That is what it is. What I'm saying is the enemy, the prince of the air behind the person that's speaking is the one that the battle is against. So walk in the spirit. Don't get mad at what they're saying and don't get focused on how they're saying it. No, just keep it in mind who's really behind the one that's saying it. That makes sense. Because I see a lot of people get on here and they speaking, they taking it out of a different context when they thinking it's a person that the word is about and your neighbor, and you got to watch out and don't be suspicious of your brother, or don't be suspicious of your sister, or don't be suspicious because the Lord told me that your wife is cheating on you. This fight is not against flesh and blood. God is not an author of confusion. That's just straight confusion if we get to misinterpreting and not properly discerning who the enemy is. Because if you telling me that, my brother is out to get me, then I ain't upset at my brother. I'm looking at it's a spirit that might be moving that's out to get me because the enemy is present because his time is up to do some things. 3 of them: kill, steal, and tear some stuff up. So I don't get hung up with people being mad and all the other stuff because, I'm partnering up with understanding because I want to get close to wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Get it? I'm partnering up with wisdom because I need to get some understanding. You know what I mean? Wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, or knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, or however order that make you feel comfortable. But I just had to throw that out there. I'm coming up out of here real quick out of Ephesians 5, and I'm reading the NIV version in Ephesians 5 and chapter 1. And it says, therefore be imitators of God as dearly loved children. Stop. Some different translations may say, therefore be followers. King James Version, I believe, say, be followers of God, as dearly loved children. It didn't say be God, therefore be God as dearly loved children. It said be followers of God. So I just wanted to touch on that word imitate in the NIV. The word imitate and follow is synonymous. But if we was to when you follow somebody, when you follow, in this case, I guess you could say, when we following God, the word follow in the King James Version means to mimic, to be an imitator. So when an unbeliever sees us, they should see a Christ light in us and not the self-righteousness of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Yeah. So that's kind of like what I wanted to hit on real quick. I'm trying to take all your time, make it a quick, short, and brief. How the word imitators in the NIV mean the same as the word follower. It's synonymous as the word followers in the King James Version. And the word follower is translated, means mimic in Latin, I believe. I forgot one of them other languages. And we can't get too hung up in particular meaning. That's why I check out different translations of words, because I saw after reading all these different translations how translation kind of everything got lost in translation. You know, a long time ago when I was back up against the wall when I was led to read the Bible, and you know how you read the Bible and you get excited and you want to talk to somebody about it, especially when you know been isolated and you see somebody and you get so excited you get to talking to them about it, and some people get it. Some people be like a little lost. So I was getting frustrated with myself because I want to spread this, and I'm like, I'm chasing people away. They're getting upset. They regretting me and my friends. All they're like, why did I even give you that Bible? I went through all type of stuff, but I had to go to God like, Lord, I want to share this with somebody that I want to share this word that you put in me with somebody. Lord, show me how to relate this word of yours to an 8-year-old. Lord, show me how to relate this word of yours to an 8th grader. Lord, show me how to relate this word to somebody that's 18. Lord, show me how to relate this word to somebody my age. Lord God, show me how to relate your word to somebody that's been in the church for 60-something years. So he gave me the idea, go look at the different translations. Don't get caught up in one word. Because everything has been lost, my son. Everything has been lost in translation, which causes a big argument, and it can cause discomfort, and it can, have some people think you belittling them. There's just so much stuff around that. So in order for me to beat the devil on the head, I had to take the time out to go looking at these different translations. Is why we here today. And I thought to share Ephesians 5 when it's telling us to therefore be imitators of God as dearly loved children. And I'm like, imitate in the NIV means the same as being a follower in the King James Version. So in order to be a follower, we have to imitate. We have to mimic. And mimic mean copy. Some translations of disciples mean twin. You have to be just like him. Because that's where we falling and failing at the church, like at this present moment. Because we being examples to be followed, but what are they imitating? I got a 28-year-old, but this 4-year-old in there, he's a start over, and it helped me see life from a different hookup, but he helped me realize something that I didn't realize 4 kids before him. He helped me realize how much he paid attention to me. He's like a sponge. He absorbed everything I do from the reading, from the walking, from the talking. I like watches. He like to put his watch on. I like to listen to my little music, my urban gospel rapping. He see me, he like my ad lib. He doing the exact same thing in the car, and he even like the same music I like. He only 4. If you hear other music, he be like, I don't like that. Daddy, could you put it on? And I put it on that, and he helping me realize how much he imitate me. He mimic everything I do. He copies everything I do. So we're being watched by millions. We just don't understand that yet. Because what one person see, his friends gonna see it in him, and their friends gonna see it in them, and it's just a domino effect until, the completion of time. But yeah, that's what made me hit on this being followers of God, because we're not properly mimicking them. We're not. And it's out of pure ignorance. It's not out of being foolish. It's like we don't really know how to properly imitate God, because His righteousness was producing the fruit. The fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22. You know, all of them. But yeah, I just had to get on there and share that. Yep. Oh yeah, that's a different story. That's a lot of stuff. And then you go down to Romans 5, and verse 14 said, "For what makes everything clear is light. Therefore it is said, get up, sleeper, rise up from the dead, and the Messiah will shine on you." Get up, rise up. He don't mean literally sleep, but we're not awakened to the fact that Christ is our imitator, and he's not properly mimicked. Because when he's properly mimicked, then we've woken to the realization about the Messiah. And we're going to get into that. That's a totally different ball game. I'm just, Lord, led to come on here and talk about, oh, there you go. Love y'all, and then bye.